Hello and welcome to the first xCam update video, and I will start immediately with the install process. So after you have downloaded the xCam update file, then you have to unzip this file anywhere to see the content of the zip file, and it looks like this. And then it's easy, so simply open the xCam folder and open the xCam folder within the Arma 3 installation directory. So here, then copy the mod.cpp file here, then open both add-ons folders and copy the new files over here and overwrite the existing files, and then all the things are right. And that's all at this point. And now an important hint, because there is a new makefile.dll version available, and if you want to try or use this new version, because the new version is more secure against the old version, then simply open the xCam update readme, because here you can find the link to the download. And then scroll down a bit, and here you can find the download version 1.5. And if you use a new version, please tell me how it works, and it's not really tested intensive by myself. Okay, and now I will show you all the new functions, and the first one is not really a new function, but it's a secondary possibility to start a frame selection. And by default you have to press the return key, the big one, to start frame selection, but that's not really user friendly, I think. So the secondary possibility is simple: double left click anywhere within the 3D view. So double left click here and then you start a new frame selection. But note at this point, if you have any object in focus, then double left click will select the respective object. So the function is working only if you have no object in focus or no object selected. The next new function is terrain visualization, and it's only visualization because at the moment there is no scripting command available to change or edit the terrain in real time. So to turn the terrain visualization on, simply press this button here on the right side, and then you will see a blue grid. And by default the grid size is 10 by 10 cells, and the cell size is 5 meters. So first you have to change the cell size to the right value, and here at Kundus I think it's 2.5 meters. And to open the settings dialog, press and hold down the left Windows key again. And the first option here is the grid size, and to change the grid size, simply move the mouse pointer over the button here and move the mouse wheel. But note, the larger the grid size, the more CPU power is needed. That's very important to know. Okay, and the second option here is the size of the cell, and as I said before, I think it is 2.5, so 2.5 now. And then the next option is the grid height, so you can change the height of the grid. Then the next option is the grid mode, but at the moment there is no function available for this option. And the last option here is the grid color, so you can choose between 6 or 8 different colors. And now if you move the camera, the grid is also moving. And to turn off the visualization, simply press this button again. So that's all. The next new function is the possibility to invert the camera control. So first you have to go to the settings layer, select camera settings, and here you can find a new list entry, camera control. And then you have 4 different options available here. And the first one is the camera moving. That means if you pan the camera by pressing down the left mouse button. And if you want to invert this control, simply set this value to 1. And now it works exactly in the other way. The second option is the camera rotation. So if you rotate the camera and you want to have this control inverted, then set this value to 1. And now the rotation works in the other way. Then the next one is the camera pitch. That means this control of the camera. And if you want to have this control working in the other way, set the value to 1. And the last option is the camera zoom. So if you move the mouse wheel, it's possible now to invert this control. And if you have found the right settings, then press the save button, and then your settings will work with each xCam session. The next new function is a possibility to split the terrain builder export file. And what that means I will show you now. So, for example, if you want to create a terrain builder file from all the objects here within your project, then you already know how it works. So select the definition file, press this button to create the terrain builder file. And then the terrain builder file contains all the different objects from that project. And then you want to import this file into your terrain builder project, maybe by drag and drop. And some of you will already know this problem, this error message. And that means normally there is at least one object type missing within the template library. But at this point there is no hint which object type is missing and how many object types are missing. So that's really annoying. And the import is of course incomplete. And in connection to this problem, it's always a good idea to create a new object layer here before you import any terrain builder file, because then it's very easy to clear the last import process and then you can try it again. Okay, now I have to delete the terrain builder file and we go back to the xCam. And now we use a new function to split the terrain builder file. So switch to the definition file and then there is a new button available, this one here. Create type of files from current project. So press this button, press OK, and then as you can see, the xCam has created many different terrain builder files, and the name of each file is always the name of the map and the name of the project and then the name of the object type within the file. That means each file contains exactly one object type, and the idea behind that function is now it's easy to drag and drop file by file into your terrain builder project until the error message appears, and then you exactly know which object type is missing. So we can try this now. Drag and drop. Okay. Drag and drop. Also okay. The next one. Okay. This one. And now, as you can see, we get the error message again. And now we exactly know which object type is missing, because we get the error message with this file. That means this object type is not part of the template library. And don't stop the import process at this point, because maybe there are some more object types missing. So in this connection, it's always a good idea to go on with all the different terrain builder files to know at the end how many object types are missing. And then if you know which object type is missing, then you can copy the name, and the name here is, I think, the name of the model. Yes, it's the model name. So copy the name and then go back to the xCam, press the search button and press the M button because we want to search for a model name. Insert the search string, and here you can see another new function, because now it's possible to switch between two different search options. And the first one is the search within the whole library, and the second one is to search within the xCam library only. So I want to switch to this option and press OK, and now we have to wait until the xCam have found the object. And please remember, you can press the spacebar to upward the search process, for example at this point, because the right object was found. And now select the object, and now you know which object type is missing. This one. And if you move the mouse pointer over the list entry and you have a closer look to the tooltip text, then you can see at the end of the string the whole path to the model file. And maybe this helps you a little bit to add the missing template libraries on drive P. The next new function is the restricted start option, and that means if you want that only one or maybe two persons can start the xCam during a multiplayer session, then you have to go this way. Go back to the mission editor, double left click the xCam logic unit and insert this code: xCam underscore allowed as an array, and within this array enter the name of the players, maybe Marok. And now only Marok can start the xCam. With the new version of the xCam, I have also optimized the handling of multiple projects, and it's already possible to load more than one project. So for example, load project 1 and then load project 2 and maybe load project 3. And if you want to unload these projects, then you have normally to go the same way. So press the unload button, unload project 3, unload project 2, unload project 1. But now it's possible to select the empty list entry and then the xCam will unload all loaded projects with one step. And the same way it works if you want to load a project. But here you have first to double left click the projects you want to load and then select the list, the empty list entry. Press load and now the xCam will load all these marked projects. And if you want to save all projects with one step, that's also possible. Press the save project button, select the empty list entry and press the save button. And then all the data of all 3 projects are saved. If you select any object, then the xCam will automatically select the right project in the background. So that means currently the project 1 is active, but if I now select this object or maybe this one, then project 2 is activated. And if you select this one, then project 3 is activated. So all these actions happens in the background. But it's also possible to select any project manually. So simply press the unload button and select the respective list entry to switch to this project. But then press the close button, otherwise the selected project is unloaded. If you select objects from all loaded projects, so for example we can select these objects here, and now for example you change the position, press space, and then remember you have to save all 3 projects. That's important at this point. So select the empty list entry, save the projects, and we can check this out. So unload all projects and load all projects. And as you can see, all the data was saved correctly. If you copy objects from all loaded projects, so for example again these objects, oops, wrong function. So these objects are saved in different projects, and now if you copy these objects, then you will see a new function, because now you have the option to save the new objects, the copied objects, into the current selected project, or you can save the new objects into the original project. Press OK, and now the blue objects are saved into project 3, the yellow objects are saved into project 2, and the white objects into project 1. And in connection to these new functions, it's of course also possible now to save all the objects from different projects into one export file. So we can load all these projects first. And now we select the definition file, and maybe we want to create a mission file. And then the xCam gives you the option to export the selected project only, and that's currently project 1, or to export all loaded projects into one mission file. Hit OK, and now you have all these objects from different projects saved or exported into one mission SQM. So, and that works also with script export and of course terrain builder export. So it's now much easier to work with multiple projects.